You've got that ideal career in mind. Well, West Georgia Technical College specializes in preparing you for great careers. Call today and find out how we can help you fit education into your busy lifestyle.
Welcome to Technically Speaking. I'm Perrin Alford. I'm the provost at West Georgia Technical College, and today we'll be speaking to Billy Garner. Billy is our air conditioning technology instructor, and he's going to give us all kind of great information about how he can fit into your career plan. So stick around. Welcome to Technically Speaking. I'm Perrin Alford. I'm the provost of West Georgia Technical College here in LaGrange, and this morning we have Billy Garner with us. And Billy is the instructor for the, and hang on, I want to get the correct terminology here, air conditioning technology. Is that correct, Mr. Garner?
Yes, sir, it is.
Good. Billy has been with us now for several years. I'm going to let Billy go into a little bit of detail here in a second, but Billy has a fantastic program here on the LaGrange campus. So those of you who are watching this morning who are in our service area, and of course that's a big service area these days, but if you're close to the LaGrange campus, if you're in maybe Carrollton or Newnan, for sure LaGrange and Greenville, Franklin, you might think about coming over and visiting Mr. Garner and getting a lot more information about the air conditioning technology program. Again, West Georgia Technical College always is focused on job creation. That's the mission of the Technical College System of Georgia. We are an economic development tool, and that just means that we're out here in the industrial park area in LaGrange, and we are training young folks, middle-aged folks, and sometimes older than middle-aged folks for jobs that are available right now in the community. So, Billy, I always start with asking our guests to tell us a little bit about your background, what has led you to technical education, maybe how long you've been at West Georgia Tech, and just stuff so that if a student were to come in to see you on campus, they would know a little bit about Billy Garner. So tell us a little bit about Billy.
Well, my background started, graduated high school at Tri-County in Buena Vista, Georgia. Went on to South Georgia Technical College to take the air conditioning technology program. Spent 2 years there and graduated. Went on to work in Phoenix City / Columbus area for a carrier dealer, Riley Heating and Air Conditioning. Went on to work there 10 years of service, became the service manager of the company. Moved on to Muskogee County School District in Columbus, Georgia to do the HVAC repair for Muskogee County. Worked there 7 years, and as the last 3 years of Muskogee County, I was acquired the position of adjunct instructor at Columbus Technical College due to the full-time instructor there kind of seeked me out. We used to work together at Riley Heating and Air Conditioning, and we were old service techs, and he kind of seeked me out and thought that I was a candidate for an instructor, and didn't realize it at the time, but that's where my life begun as far as getting on to West Georgia Tech. So I worked there 3 years, and we heard West Georgia Tech was needing a full-time instructor because the instructor had recently stepped out that was currently there, and so I checked into it, and I moved on to get hired at West Georgia Tech and started the program. We had 4 students when I walked in the door, and now we currently have 35 between the day and evening classes.
Wow.
That was 6 years ago when I started. Been here 6 years at West Georgia Tech, and it's been a great place, and we've had a lot of great success stories from a lot of students, you know, that has stepped through the doors. And
right. Let me jump in. So, and Billy works on my campus, and I've learned some stuff this morning I didn't know. You were trained in the technical college system at South Georgia.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. Well, I knew you were very, very good at what you did. I just didn't realize that we trained you. We trained you for the position now in the technical college system. So, now you left the technical college system and got your certificate, diploma. What was it at South Georgia? Diploma.
Diploma.
Okay, and then you got into the industry. You started working, and you said something interesting that you put a few years in. You progressed in your career. You moved up. You got more positions with more authority, and you became, and I think you called it service manager. Was that the term?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell us what a service manager does that perhaps the person right off the street doing air conditioning, HVAC is what I've always called it. Is that still kind of the
Yes,
buzzword or whatever, HVAC? And what does that stand for?
HVAC R, they've added a R to it now. Heating, ventilation, air conditioning, refrigeration is where the R.
Okay.
They've added the R to it. But heating, ventilation, air conditioning is HVAC.
Okay. So getting back to the service manager, what would the service manager do? What were those tasks that you were doing in addition to doing all the other stuff?
Those duties were, such as my boss, owner of the company, would, be out of town. The manager was responsible for getting all the service guys, out and on the service calls during the day, scheduling.
Yeah.
I ordered, supplies, parts, and kept up. And basically, I was the go-to or the lean-to guy for all the other service, personnel we had at the department. If anybody was in need of aid, I would always be there to aid them.
So you more or less you were managing the whole shop basically.
Service department.
Right. You would send the folks out. You would schedule the crews, tell them where to go, and whatever materials they might need, you would give them the materials to make sure they could go do the job.
Yes.
What's the better job? Hindsight being 2020. Would you rather be the service manager? Or would you rather be the guy who's out there hands-on doing the other stuff?
Well, I still did the hands-on.
Oh,
wow! So I had
you had double duty.
Extra duties. Yes.
I got you. Tell everybody who might be watching the show this morning or this evening, whatever time this might air. The economy seems to be picking up, which that's a good thing. So hopefully, with that, housing starts might finally turn back around, and we might start getting some new home activity again. Obviously, they need HVAC systems put in houses or offices or whatever. Tell somebody out here watching this show why they should consider your program. Is there a lot of money? I mean, can you make good money doing this?
Yes, sir. You can. Everybody wants to stay cool and they want to stay warm, and of course our industry, there's two sides to our training at West Georgia Tech. Mainly we focus on the service side of the industry, but there is an installation side of HVAC. Okay. The service side is what we try to focal and train our guys to enter into the field at a local company or out of town, wherever they want to go in the United States. They have training available. We try to offer training available so they can, pursue their career at any HVAC/refrigeration market.
Let me ask this, a specific question. Are there jobs available in this area? Do you deal with local contractors? And I won't name any names because I can't remember all of them, so I don't want to, offend anybody here. Are there jobs available in this area?
There are jobs available in LaGrange. I have phone calls, all the time from local contractors looking for, good service, people to join their work team, but they're limited on local as far as the money.
Right.
You can if you move to other larger cities, an HVAC, you know, of course the income would be, you know, considerably more.
Right, and that's true for all programs. When we talk to folks at West Georgia Tech, obviously if you're working in Atlanta, Georgia, you're going to make a higher wage than if you're working in LaGrange, Georgia, because the cost of living is so much higher in a big city. Tell us a little bit about the program. Do you have a certificate in it? Do you have a diploma? Talk a little bit about specifics about your program for a second.
We offer 4 certificates and 1 2-year diploma. It consists of 10 air conditioning classes and 4 core classes, English, math, computer, interpersonal relationships and development, and that is 14 classes in total with the semester system that we're currently on. And that is the full diploma, and the 4 certificates are chopped up bits and pieces out of the diploma. They take, with all 4 certificates, they would basically almost have the diploma aside of the core classes.
Right.
The certificates do not require the core, but yes, we do have 4 certificates embedded in the diploma.
Right.
Probably one of the easiest ones to achieve is the air conditioning technician assistant, which is basically the first 3 classes of the diploma.
Right. Now, if somebody were to take those 3, realistically, can they leave your program with that certificate and go out and begin a career in HVAC?
That would be a tool versus someone off the the street that hadn't come through the doors of.
Right.
That would be a tool on their resume, and they would have a entry level. Basically, that's a helper's type position.
Right.
But with those 3 first classes, they have attained the skills of charging, evacuation, recovering refrigerants out of a system, brazing, soldering skills.
They've learned a lot of.
They've had
good
a lot of
skills.
skills for an entry level service personnel in the field.
Okay.
They have attained some skills there that they didn't have upon walking in the door.
For sure. All right. This morning we're talking with Billy Garner. Billy is our air conditioning technology instructor at West Georgia Technical College. He's told us a little bit about his program. We're just getting into the kind of the certificate side of this. We'll get into a little bit more in depth after we return from our quick break. Let me remind you some important dates that are coming up at West Georgia Tech. We are currently registering students for summer and fall classes. Our registration period started March 26th. It ends April 26th. So time is getting short. So if you're out there watching the program this morning, you're either unemployed, you're in a job you really don't like, you're looking about changing career fields, you need to really seriously consider checking out West Georgia Technical College. Have over 100 program options, certificate, diploma, and associate degree. Something for everybody at West Georgia Tech. Let us help you get a job and get you on a better path to earn more money as we enter FY12, 13, and beyond. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Technically Speaking. I'm Perrin Alford, the provost at West Georgia Technical College, and this morning we're talking to Billy Garner. Mr. Garner is our air conditioning technology instructor at the college. He's been there 6+ years. He's got a strong background, so he knows his stuff. One of the interesting things, there's lots of interesting things, but one of the many interesting things about technical education is that we give you hands-on training as well as book training, so a little different from other higher ed institutions. Another interesting thing is that our instructors, and Billy is a great example this morning, our instructors have actually been in the field, so they've read all the books and they've done all the theory and all that kind of stuff, but they've also been in the field for many, many years dealing with real-world situations, and so that's what makes technical education really unique, is that Mr. Garner has the book knowledge. He also has the hands-on knowledge. He's actually done it. So for those of you out in the watching us this morning, something to ponder, you know, your kind of educational skill and your educational style, so to speak? Are you one of those that needs a little hand-holding perhaps, or are you one of those that learns better actually doing it and putting your hands on it? And most folks are like that, coincidentally. Technical education is really where you need to be. So we'll go back to Mr. Garner. You were telling us a little bit about the certificates and how certificates kind of dovetail or tie into your diplomas. So tell us, what's the most popular certificate? Is the one that they seem to gravitate towards that helps them get that entry-level job quicker, or do they just kind of go start with A, then go to B, then go to C, then go to D, and go on through the program?
Probably one of the most popular ones is that first one, air conditioning technician assistant. It's probably one of the quickest and for a student to achieve. So that's probably a real popular one we have. We have another one called the air conditioning repair specialist. That one takes kind of breaks up the diploma classes and hits them from the start, kind of the middle and the end of the program. So it grabs 5 classes out of the diploma to achieve a certificate as a repair. That one takes a little bit longer to achieve than the first one with the technician assistant.
Okay, but in your opinion, is it better to go ahead and get that whole diploma, or, you know, and I'm assuming the answer is yes. It would seem to me that the more education, whatever field you're in, is going to be best. Do you agree with that? They should really focus on the short-term certificates. Go ahead and get those, but go ahead and get that diploma.
That diploma will carry a lot of weight with that individual down the road. It carried a lot of weight in my experience. I would not be in the position I'm in this day if I did not have the technology diploma from South Georgia Tech.
Okay.
It has, even though with the experience in the field, if I wasn't credentially equipped with that diploma, I would not be where I'm at today as an instructor at West Georgia Tech.
All right, now before the show came on, you and I were discussing something very interesting, which I learned something else again this morning. I love learning something new every day, and today is another great example. I learned this morning that to start your own business, which a lot of people come to West Georgia Tech and they want to be an entrepreneur. They want to get some skills in whatever, automotive, HVAC, culinary arts, accounting, computers, the whole gamut of what we have to offer. We were talking about the time that you have to, and I don't know if apprentice is the correct word here, but you actually have to work for a state certified contractor X amount of years before you can take a state exam to then become your own business or your own entrepreneurial venture or whatever. So talk a little bit about that, and also talk about how West Georgia Tech plays into that, because you told me something else interesting about if they will come to West Georgia Tech first. So talk a little bit about that.
That is correct, Mr. Alford. To achieve your own business in the HVAC field, Georgia requires a state contractor's licensing test to be taken. But
so you just can't go out tomorrow and say, I'm going to do HVAC because I know how to run ductwork and I know how to, they won't let you do it. Is that correct?
They will not.
Okay.
They have a real strict application form, and you will have to have previous employers reference and sign your application forms to even take the state board exam. They require 5 years experience in the field, but with West Georgia Tech, with a diploma equipped with a student, Georgia recognizes 2 years of that service, so they will continue to work in the field for 3 years, and that would attain their 5, and they would be eligible to take the state licensing board to run their own business one day.
Right, so you can either, and boy, it seems like a no-brainer to me, you can either come to West Georgia Tech You can spend 2 years, and it doesn't even take 2 years, does it? How long does your diploma take? Does it take 2 years?
With the semester system we're currently on, they can achieve that earlier than 2 years, yes, sir.
Okay, but still, a year and a half to 2 years with Mr. Garner, and by doing that, they really achieve two goals. One, they learn all the skills that are necessary to do the job correctly, and by doing that also, they are taking 2 years off of the 5-year kind of wait period that they must apprentice or whatever to really prove to, I guess, to the state folks that they know what they're doing, or at least to know or to have enough knowledge to pass that state test. Is that a fair?
That is. Georgia, and I agree with Georgia 100% on the stipulations for taking it. It just keeps anybody and everybody from trying to have a business in our field.
Right.
It really it really narrows down, and usually the people that attain that license and that's their goal to run their business, it really keeps out just your local backyard operations, we call it.
Right, I said the riffraff.
So you get quality technicians that go and service the community in residential / commercial places, and you know, so it really weeds out the and I agree with the stipulations of taking the state board exam, you know, 100%.
So let me ask this: how many students do you currently have? You said you had 35 to 40. Is that correct?
That is day and evening classes, yes, sir.
How many students have you had graduated so far over your 6-year period? You had 15, 20, 30 people graduated over? Surely you have.
Yes, we have.
Okay. Have they gone on to take the state licensure test?
We've had, I can name 2 success stories that own their own business currently now.
Briefly talk about that because our time's running short. But yeah, tell us of somebody that's come to West Georgia Tech, spent some time with you, and have gone out there and really done some great things.
I actually had a student individual come to when I first started. He was enrolled, and he was currently working at B.F. Goodrich plant in Opelika, which he foreseen a plant shutdown there maybe in the near future, which did happen. And he said he needed a trade under his belt. And he walked in the door of our shop and didn't know what a set of gauges was or a jug of refrigerant or anything looked like, and went on to graduate from West Georgia Tech and went on to work for a company out of Fayetteville, T&O Refrigeration, for 2 years. Then he went on to McKinney's Mechanical in Atlanta, which is a very large operation, and then has had taken the state board exam and has acquired his license, and he has just been a super success story of West Georgia Tech. And we've had a couple more of the same statue of.
When folks come to see you, very important, and this is something that makes I think technical college a little bit unique as well. We really are hands-on all the way through. When your students are graduating, do you help them find a job, or do you just say, hey, you're graduated, get out of here?
I have helped numerous students. I go over and beyond. You know, I talk to the local contractors, and you know, even had another success story. You know, we get all ages in our shop. You know, of all age groups, and sometimes, you know, person starting later in their life and career in air conditioning, you know, some of the employers, you know, kind of shun down on that.
Right.
So I helped one get on actually at the company that I worked at for 10 years.
Great.
He graduated the program and was kind of struggling a little bit locally here in LaGrange, and picked up the phone and made a phone call to my old employment, and got him in the door, and he is currently working, you know, at that company.
Right. Well, again, that's a great example, and time's running short again on this segment, but that is a great example of what West Georgia Tech's all about. We have the instructors who've actually done the job, that they are teaching, they know the skills, they know the industry, but more importantly than that, they have the contacts in that industry, as Mr. Garner just talked about, where they can pick up the phone, they can help that student get interview with good reputable companies, and hopefully we connect that dot with the student interviews and gets a job. And boy, that's what we're all about at West Georgia Tech. That gives all of us that warm and fuzzy. That's what it's all about. We want to help everybody we can at West Georgia Tech. So if you're out there watching, you're unemployed, you're underemployed, as Mr. Garner talked about as an example, you're looking down the road and things don't look great at your company that you're working for, think about West Georgia Tech. Summer classes begin soon. Registration is happening right now as we speak. I think it closes April 26th is when registration stops. Don't wait. Pick up the telephone, call us at 706-845-4323, or you can always go on the World Wide Web, westgatech.edu. So it's www.westgatech.edu. We're here for you. We want to work with you. We want to change your life for the better, get you on a career path that's suited for you, that you really love. The old saying goes, if you find a job you love, you'll never go to work another day in your life. Let us help you do that at West Georgia Tech. Call us today. Classes start soon for summer, and fall semester, I should say, is right around the corner. Thanks for watching Technically Speaking. We'll see you again next time.
You've got that ideal career in mind. Well, West Georgia Technical College specializes in preparing you for great careers. Call today and find out how we can help you fit education into your busy lifestyle.